In Britain, which obviously we know best, everything is dissolving. Transport, health, education, poverty, neglected areas. There's a sense of pain in the country, sense of anger, and no one quite knows where it's going to end. People live in a state of security, well, as you saw, but it's not only hunger now. Since we made that film, there are 3 times as many people like Daniel Blake, 3 times as many. Last year it went up by over 50% just in 1 year. People being hungry. And we feel it's a situation, it will not go on forever, you know, but what happens? And we know one danger of what happens when society is in such collapse is that the far right move in. And that's the danger we face. And it's a very real danger. As we look across Europe, it's a very real danger. But there is resistance. There is resistance, and it's coming from the bottom, it's coming from the grassroots. And everywhere you go, you see people angry, but putting their anger to constructive use. And I haven't been in Europe much for the last few months, but I get a sense that it's the same in Europe too, because the alternative is just too catastrophic to contemplate. We can't tolerate the rise of the far right, and we can't tolerate the collapse in the environment that is facing us. And yet we have a government that is even now giving more licenses for oil and gas, just at the moment that the climate and the environment is collapsing. And we live in a world of such stupidity, of such brutality and violence, that people look for scapegoats. And this is the great danger, I think. And this is why we made this film. Is because when people feel in danger, then those in power say, don't look up. Don't look to the people who are exploiting you. Don't look to the people who are creating this havoc. Look at the poorest people. They're the ones to blame. Look at the most vulnerable. Look at the people fleeing war, fleeing hunger, feeling oppression. They're the ones to blame. And that's why we wanted to make this film, because we know that's not right. We know the collapsing economy, the collapsing society isn't due to the poorest people, it's due to the wealthiest. And that's the problem. And just to say one other thing about hope, because another reason we wanted to make the film was to find hope in these darkest times, to find hope, because hope is political. Because if we feel we can change things, then yes, we hope. If we feel there's nothing we can do, the opposition is too strong. This is the way the world is. We can't do anything. That's when the right wing strike, and that's when they say they peddle their lies. So hope is political, because we can change things. We do have strength. We can be organized. And that's the basis of hope. It isn't a fairy story, it's what we can do. So let's hope, eh? Let's hope.